You're watching the USA Network.
And you can cancel my hair appointment for this afternoon. I am too nervous to sit under a hairdryer.
Yes, Mrs. Whitney?
I am a wreck, an absolute wreck.
Well, it's only to be expected. You've been through some very traumatic experiences in the last few weeks.
I've been through hell. This is the worst time of my life, and who cares?
You know, it's at times like this that you find out who your real friends are. I certainly care, Mrs. Whitney. And I'm sure that Spencer does, too, don't you?
Of course.
I mean, he's always been so good in times of stress. I remember Mrs. Bowie used to say
If you'll excuse me, I'll finish clearing up the dining room.
I feel like a prisoner in my own house. You know, I walk out the front door and there's some big ape out there with a camera.
They certainly do like to take your picture.
Maybe I should keep that hair appointment.
Well, I can reschedule it for tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh, Mrs. Fernwood called. She offers her condolences. And she wants to know if you're still planning to attend the Beaux Arts Ball. It's the first week in May.
Isn't that incredible? Here I am in mourning, and Mrs. Fernwood wants to know if I'm going to attend the Beaux Arts Ball. Wonder what she's wearing. She'll probably come as Marie Antoinette again in that horrible wig. Aren't people incredible?
It's really disgraceful, you know.
And then on top of that, this mad woman called me and threatened me yesterday.
Threatened you?
Yes.
Well, that's awful. Have you told the police?
I don't know what good it would do. When it comes to the Whitney house, the police are absolutely non-cooperative. Heaven knows why I don't.
Well, what did she tell you?
I don't want to talk about it. What about that lawyer? Isn't there a lawyer coming today? What's his name?
Yes, Marvin Ainsworth. He's due at 11.
Well,
oh, you also asked me to remind you to call the executive director of one of the companies you now own, Phillips Industries, a Mr. Kershaw.
right. Why don't you do that? Let's get it over with. Get him on the phone.
Mr. Kershaw, please. Mrs. Schuyler Whitney calling.
Thank you. Mr. Kershaw.
Yes, Mrs. Whitney. I was expecting to hear from you when you felt up to it. May I offer you my deepest sympathies?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now that I have the responsibility of my husband's businesses, there is a little request I would like to make of Phillips Industries.
Anything at all, of course.
I am not very happy with one of your choices of legal counsel. His name is Cliff Nelson. I would like him removed immediately.
I'm sitting here having breakfast with someone whose talents are so diverse and elusive.
Thank you. I think it looks pretty good myself, huh? Rehearsals are going along very well over at the Whitney Theater. I'm telling you, this town's going to be surprised.
How wonderful.
Just goes to show you about talent.
What about it?
Well, you can't tell where you're going to find it. I mean, look at this acting company. We have a waitress, a choreographer, a dancer, and a nightclub impressionist. All brilliantly gifted.
How come you didn't mention the lawyer?
Modesty. Jinx Avery is a professional actress, and I expected her to be terrific, but boy, Jodie Travers is a natural. I mean, she dove into that part as if she were a shark. I mean, you're going to be impressed. Earth to Dee Dee.
Oh, I'm sorry, Cliff. I guess I just haven't caught fire this morning.
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. I guess I just need a good night's sleep.
Dee Dee, you're not a very good actress.
Oh, Cliff, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take the bloom off your enthusiasm.
Here's cereal. And Cliff, your eggs. Did I get that right?
Oh, well, sure you got it right. Let's see, boy, I don't know why I didn't order cereal this morning. I guess it just slipped my mind.
Oh, well, maybe you can have cereal for lunch. Hey, Want to hear some hot gossip?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Sure. Sid had a date last night, and you'll never guess with who.
With whom?
I knew you'd never guess. Smiley Wilson.
How about that?
I think it's so romantic. It really is. And you know what? I think she really likes him. I mean, really likes him.
Really?
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 How can you tell?
Oh, this funny look she gets on her face whenever he comes around. I mean, personally, I think the man's a bit strange, but she says she's always been a sucker for a guy who could make her laugh, and Smiley does that all right.
Well, we could use him around here this morning. Maybe we could cheer up old Stoneface over there. She hasn't smiled since we sat down.
Well, I came close with cereal for lunch.
Well, Cliff, Dee Dee has a very good reason to be depressed. Don't you, Dee Dee?
No?
Well, sure you do. And I know exactly what the reason is. You see, she made another resolution never to see Calvin again.
Oh, what's so depressing about that? She makes that resolution all the time. That's easy to break.
No, wait a second, you two. This is not just another resolution to be broken. This time it's final. And if you don't mind, those happen to be my eggs.
Oh. Well, I guess you won't have to have cereal for lunch after all, huh?
Stunner, don't you hang up. Look, don't shut me out, baby. Please, the only way we can clear the air is to talk this thing out, please.
You haven't made talking about it very easy, Calvin. I don't see that there's anything left to say. Well, I've been in New York. You've been out shopping around. It's that simple.
That is not fair. It is not that simple. I mean, how could you just get up and walk out of here, go back to New York without even giving us a chance to talk this thing out?
Oh, for heaven's sakes, Calvin, don't sound so injured. If you think the best defense is a sudden offense, then forget it. Those male tactics won't work with me.
You haven't even given me a chance to
What? Explain? Why go over it again and again? But I will admit, I was shocked. But I realized that what Raven Whitney told me was nothing but the simple truth.
Baby, look, I was trying to figure out a way to explain all this stuff to you, but that... Raven just got there first.
One thing I'll say for you, you didn't try and lie your way out of it. I could take it. If you're a boozer, if you were a gambler, or a rat of any other kind, but you took out a hunting license and were looking for fair game, and apparently you found it. And that's the one thing that I find impossible to forget. Or forgive.
Look, did you ever once stop to think that there might just be a reason?
Are you gonna blame it on me?
I'm not blaming you. I'm blaming things, I don't know, circumstances in our lives. Maybe we didn't handle it all so well. Maybe I wasn't giving enough. Maybe you weren't. Look, I don't pretend to understand the reasons, but I'm trying to tell you that...
All you have to understand now, Calvin, are your own feelings. Your feelings about me. And about this Dee Dee Bannister.
Star, look, if we can't get together and spend some time, there is no way that understanding is gonna happen. I mean, that is the reason you came home in the first place, wasn't it? So we could rediscover each other?
I discovered something, all right. But it wasn't what I expected.
Baby, please. Let's not let it go. Not this way, please.
Good morning.
Hello, Jody.
Am I interrupting a big thought?
No, just a few small ones.
Where's Nicole? She left for the studio?
No, she's sleeping in this morning. I know she deserves it. Was up real late last night covering that big fire downtown.
Miles, would you like to talk?
Sure, what's the matter?
Nothing with me. But the atmosphere in this house has been really a little heavy lately.
You've noticed that, have you?
Yeah, I've noticed that. I haven't been that busy. Miles, what is it? What's wrong with you and Nicole?
Nothing that the two of us can't handle on our own. It's just that we had a little misunderstanding. Nicole blames herself for it. She thinks I still blame her, which I don't. Not really. It's going to take a little time for that to sink in, that's all.
Can I ask you what it's about?
No. No. Because it concerns privileged medical information.
Okay, then I won't push. I just want you to know that I'm aware and that I'm here.
I know that. Look, tell me about Jody Travis. My golly, you've been so busy lately, we haven't even seen you.
Yes, where do I begin? Except that it's a wonderful time for me.
I'll bet it is, with Gavin free finally to do whatever he wants.
Gavin and I have never been happier.
Well, you deserve it after all you've been through this year.
Yeah, you know, it's not only Gavin's freedom. I mean, that is by far the biggest part of our happiness, but we're having a good time working with the theater company.
That's a nice break for you, isn't it?
It
Kind
is.
of involvement you need right now.
It's funny, Gavin has just turned out to be a natural-born director.
Yeah, but you love it too, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I like it a lot. And the other people in the company tell me I'm doing a good job, so I just hope they're not lying. Anyway, I feel pretty secure about it.
Oh, that's good. I hope the company does well, for your sake as well as for Monticello's. It's just, there's one little thing that worries me about it a bit.
What's that?
The fact that you have Raven Whitney as a patron. I wish it were anybody in the world except her.
Yeah, that thought has crossed my mind, too. I think we're in for some trouble.
With Raven, you can never tell. All right, I gotta go. Listen, you have a good day, all
Okay,
right?
you too. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, by the way, Raven does know that, that Gavin Wiley is directing the company, doesn't she?
I don't know.
Where's this stupid Ainsworth guy? It's 2 minutes after 11. Hello?
Mrs. Whitney?
Yes. Who is this? Hello? If you don't say something soon, I'm gonna hang up.
Mrs. Whitney, I just want you to know that money isn't yours.
Morning, sir.
My name is Marvin Ainsworth. I believe Mrs. Whitney is expecting me.
Yes, come this way, please. Mrs. Whitney? Mr. Ainsworth?
Oh, Mr. Ainsworth, it's so nice of you to come all this way to see me.
Oh, not at all, Mrs. Whitney. The least I could do in this troublesome time is your time of bereavement is to be helpful. And I think you're very brave to tackle the estate matter so soon.
Well, sometimes things must be faced, no matter what the personal cost. Please sit down.
Oh, thank you.
I must say I'm completely at your mercy. I really know nothing about any of these affairs. I'm just going to have to place myself into your capable hands.
Oh, just trust me, dear lady. If I may say so myself, I am regarded as a first-rate probate man. And I'm delighted to relieve you of all the burdensome details involved.
Oh, I can't tell you how great that makes me feel. I made the big mistake of talking to an incompetent attorney. It was really stupid of me. I mean, I know if someone wants professional help, they have to talk to an expert, right?
Oh, every time. It's absolutely the only sensible rule in the long run.
Oh, Mr. Ainsworth, it's just so nice that you're sensible. This other man...
I beg your pardon. Is this anyone I know?
Oh, no. I think that he should remain nameless.
Oh.
But he went out of control when I suggested the tiniest little deception. It was so simple, and it would have made everything so much easier.
Oh? What was that?
Well, you know my husband didn't leave a will.
Oh,
What is that called?
intestate.
Right, right. And I know that my husband would have left me everything. And I suggested to this lawyer that we simply put his name under a few little words on a piece of paper. What do you think?
Oh, Mrs. Whitney, you are a remarkable woman. No. That wouldn't do, not at all.
All right, Ainsworth, forget it. Just tell me how exactly I can get this money without going through a bunch of court nonsense.
Oh, yes. Of course, dear lady. Of course.
Nora, I hate to bother you, but could you please hand me that dish?
I don't know why you're so unfriendly to me, Spencer.
I think it's because you invited, Nora.
Wouldn't it make life a lot easier if we were nice to each other like we used to be at the Bowies?
Well, I'm not so sure I could handle that rare atmosphere. After all, you were only a maid at the Bowies, and now you become a private secretary.
I still consider us equals.
It's very generous of you, Nora, but just count your blessings that I don't tell Mrs. Whitney what you're really like. I mean, you blackmailed your way into this place. Even though it's absurd you think I'm involved in the Whitney murder.
Mm-hmm. Then why did the blackmail work?
I just didn't want to create a fuss. You know, Mrs. Saxon and Mrs. Whitney have been through quite enough lately.
You're so transparent, Spencer.
Nora, if you're really serious about us getting along, would you mind taking this tray into the kitchen while I see if Mrs. Whitney needs anything?
All right. Just please be more cheerful.
Oh, there'll be no problem there. I assure you. Now, don't worry, Mrs. Whitney. I guarantee the money will be yours.
Dee Dee! Hey, Dee Dee!
What is it, Cliff?
Can you get that, please?
Actors. Nelson and Bannister. Hold on just a second, please. It's Mr. Kershaw, Phillips Industries. Are you in?
For my bread and butter? Are you kidding me? How do I look, huh?
Terrific.
Hi, Dan, one of my favorite people.
Look, Cliff, what I'm about to say is tough enough, so I'll just get to the point and get it over with.
Sure.
There's been a management decision at the highest level. I really feel rotten about this whole thing.
Hold, Dan, you said you were going to get to the point of all this?
Yeah, well, it's this. You're being replaced as the corporation's legal counsel.
What?
I'm sorry. Personally, I've been more than satisfied with your work, but the new owner has her own law firm, and she wants them to represent Phillips Industries.
The new owner? I didn't realize there was a change of ownership over there.
It's the parent company. Before this, we were left on our own to make our own decisions, but now, I don't know, Cliff. Even my head could be on the block. Anyway, I'm really very sorry.
Oh, yeah, so am I.
Listen, if you ever need a recommendation.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks. Dee Dee.
Yeah, Cliff.
We just lost the Phillips account.
You lost the Phillips Industries account just like that?
Yes. It couldn't have happened at a worse time.
That means the partners of Nelson and Bannister have lost one of their main sources of income.
Exactly. Oh, this is an awful blow.
Okay, Cliff, what happened? What exactly did Mr. Kershaw say?
I don't understand it myself. He said something about the parent company getting a new owner, wanting to do things differently.
Who is the parent company, anyway?
I don't know, but I'm gonna find out. It's terrible, Dee, at this time. It's SGW Incorporated. Never heard of it, but I certainly will. Calvin, you spend more time here than you do at your own office.
Actually, lately, he spends more time here than you do in your own office.
I know. You want to talk to Dee alone.
Calvin, you really shouldn't have come here. It's not fair. Especially in light of our last conversation.
I know, I thought I'd take the liberty anyway. Look, I just came by to tell you that I've taken a leave of absence from the force.
Now, why do you think that would interest me?
Because, Dee Dee, I'm taking it to go to New York.
Like 17, another one of the classic films you'll see this week on the WKBS WPEN Film Festival.
Thank you very, very much.
Oh, honey, please, please, try and take it easy.
How can I when there's nothing left? I don't want to go through this anymore, this world, this life.
Don't say that.
I don't. I am tired of being knocked down and I don't have the strength to get up anymore. You tell me, what do I have that makes it worthwhile to get up in the morning? Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Good job. That was really very good. The next time around, I want you to start out a little slower. Because if you start the scene that high, you don't know where to go. You know, okay?
Sure. Well, I never knew I could cry this easily.
Not even when you were a kid?
No. No, when I was a kid and I was growing up, well, I mean, I sort of knew that my mom didn't care very much about me, so I didn't cry. I mean, tears weren't going to help.
I was reading about an actor's technique the other day, and in the book they said that there's nothing an actor likes better than to be able to cry on cue, even though it doesn't necessarily make him a good actor.
Is that so?
Yeah, sometimes it's a cheap trick, sometimes it's self-indulgent, and sometimes it just isn't truthful. And it all depends on the character. On the other hand, at times it's even more effective if you can watch somebody hold back the tears instead of seeing all these tears come out.
So do you think that I'm overdoing it in that scene?
No, I think it works in that scene because she is out of control.
You know, you really sound like an expert.
I'm not. I've been reading a lot, and I'm learning. But best of all, I'm having a lot of fun.
Are you?
Mm.
Good, because so am I. You know, I never realized that I was going to enjoy this acting business, but it's not bad, you know? And I can't wait for the curtain to go up. I just want you to know that I'm happy.
I'm happy, too. I'm so happy I'm a little worried that something's going to come along and knock the props right out from under us.
Yeah, which reminds me, I've been meaning to talk to you about something that has me a little worried, too.
What is it?
Well, it's something that Miles said before he left the house this morning. He asked if Raven knew you were associated with the company.
Yeah, I've been worried about that, too. I've been afraid to ask because you know how she feels about it.
Yes, I knew. And she really does blame you for Sky's death.
Yeah. Well, we don't know what Nancy told her about me, whether I'm in it or not. I think the best thing to do is to go straight to her and tell her flat out. Try to iron it out.
You must be joking.
Gavin, come on. She got hysterical when she saw you at the funeral service. What makes you think we can make peace with a woman who hates like that?
Eventually, she's going to figure out that I'm a part of this company. I think we ought to try.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Tide. The extra action in Tide means dirt can't hide. And by Mountain Grown Folgers, Mountain Grown coffee, the richest kind.
Mmm, fresh apple cake. The whole house smells of hot cinnamon and apples. It's Grandmother's recipe. I'm Mrs. Olson. I remember Grandma saying the right ingredients make such a difference in how food tastes. So when people say all coffees are alike, I say no, they're not. Folgers is different, a special blend. Mmm, smells rich. Folgers is mountain grown, the richest, most aromatic kind of coffee. In cool mountain air, coffee grows slower, stores up more rich flavor. Folgers mountain grown flavor. Mmm, delicious. You know, good coffee is like good cooking. You can really taste the difference. Try mountain grown Folgers.
Hey, I want to show you something. A cleaning test that might just surprise you. Here's a dirty shirt. Grape jelly on the cuff. Ketchup on the shoulder. Ground in dirt at the elbow. Now, to make it even tougher, I'll tie this into a knot. About this tight. Why? To show you that dirt can't hide from extra action Tide. Now, the knot's still here, but the grape jelly isn't. Ketchup isn't. And look, the dirt's out too. Surprising? Not really. Tide works on lots of tough cleaning problems. After all, the extra action in Tide means dirt can't hide.
Whitney residence? I'm sorry, she's not at home at the moment.
When do you expect her?
She should be back within the hour. Would you care to leave a message?
Yeah, tell her this is Gavin Wiley calling. I'll call her back.
Yes, Mr. Wiley. Tell Mrs. Whitney that Gavin Wiley called.
What?
I said, tell Mrs. Whitney that Gavin Wiley called, and he'll be calling back. You're so busy snooping through these private papers, you can't even do your job, Nora.
I'm not snooping. I'm just getting acquainted with some facts that might be very helpful down the road.
Helpful to whom?
What of Mrs. Whitney, of course.
Did she give you permission to go through those papers?
I'm her confidential secretary, my dear, which means I have her confidence.
Well, confidentially, I doubt that Mrs. Whitney knows that.
Spencer, it's absolutely fascinating.
I'll bet.
All these companies that Skylar Whitney was involved with, they just go on and on. Oil, transportation, hotels, manufacturing, retail, direct mail, legal gambling. It's incredible. And all of this is inherited by Mrs. Whitney. Do you realize that she is even richer than the Bowies? 100 times richer.
Nora, you're salivating.
I'll get that.
Yes, why don't you? I hate for you to miss anything.
Whitney residence?
Is this Mrs. Whitney?
No, this is Nora Fulton, her secretary. May I take a message, please? Another anonymous phone call.
What?
Listen, this might be a prank, but it's really giving me the creeps.
Would you care to order now?
Well, we'll both have the sashimi to start. Well, do you suppose I should have ordered some wine?
No.
You know, we never used to have any difficulty at all finding things to say to each other.
We never used to feel uncomfortable with these silences either.
It's obvious to Jody, you know.
What is?
That something is not right between us.
Why, did she say something to you
Yes,
about
this
it?
morning she said she sensed some sort of difficulty.
And what did you tell her?
I told her we had a little misunderstanding. I couldn't tell her much about it without explaining about Jinx.
No, of course not.
I could also have told her something else, that there's no reason for anything to be wrong between us.
Only one reason I know of. And the fault is mine.
Now listen to me. I do not blame you. Can't you accept that?
Yes, I accept that. But now I'm trying very hard to stop blaming myself. What I did was indefensible. I betrayed a confidence to Nora Fulton, and that led to a whole series of these terrible
events. All right,
events.
then it's Nora Fulton who is to blame. She's the one who went to Derek. She's the one who told him that Jinx's illness was terminal.
Yes, and it very nearly destroyed Derek, and Jinx tried to commit suicide. My betrayal caused all this to happen. I was the catalyst, and there is no getting around that.
Stop wallowing in guilt. If I didn't know you better, I'd say you were starting to enjoy it.
Oh, now that is ridiculous. I loathe it. And you do know me better, thank God. Thank you.
Well, if it helps any, I can say this. I think that Jinx's attempt at suicide was an aberration. I'm sure she's not going to try it again.
Why do you think that?
Well, for one thing, she's found a substitute for what she lost.
I don't understand.
I mean, she's resumed her career. Gone back to acting with that new company.
Oh, Miles. Oh, that is wonderful. At least that'll be a distraction for her until...
Yes.
Oh, I hope she has time. I really hope she has time to fulfill her dream before...
Here's what I was looking for. See, if you begin to build in this speech, the feelings that you develop will take you right through to the end of the scene, which is the end of the act. We can't build too quickly or we'll lose them. Jim, Jakes, how are you?
Hi, guys.
Well, I see you guys can't bear to leave this place. What, are you going to take up permanent residence?
I guess it looks that way, doesn't it? What we were doing was just going bits and pieces of this, and she's really got a handle on the second act.
Well, I feel so lucky to be working with people who are just as excited about this as I am.
Yeah, we've got a great team for this production. No doubt about it.
Well, if you want to use the stage, go ahead. We were just thinking about leaving.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Where are you off to?
We thought we'd pay a visit to our patron, Raven Whitney.
Oh, you mean our patron saint? Well, I should probably do that myself someday. I've never met the lady.
Yes, but do you have a treat in store?
Well, what do you say? Should we work over the revised prison scene?
Sure, I'd love to.
We're talking at lunch, and we're both in agreement. I hope you'll agree, too. Do you have time to listen?
Sure, let's do it.
Good.
Okay, you're talking about the prison visiting room, right? Yeah. Okay. So get comfortable. Take your coat off.
Here.
Oh, this ought to be good. All right, whenever you're ready.
Okay, let's see.
I told you not to come.
I know.
But you weren't paying attention?
Oh, yes, I was.
Then why are you here?
Because I wanted to see you. I wanted to be close to you, even if it's just for a moment. What's the matter? Are you mad?
No, I'm not mad. You got skinny.
So did you.
Yeah, I hate the food here. You look beautiful skinny, too.
You never said that before.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things that I didn't say and should have. You seen any movies?
No.
I'm not good at this, Marie.
You're no good at what?
The small talk. Trying to make a life for myself. Loving you, wanting you. I'm no good at or for anything anymore. Don't you understand that?
I love you. I understand that.
Yeah, well, that and 50 cents will get you across town. Don't you see how useless this is? I mean, you got to stop coming here. You got to start thinking about your own life and making something decent out of it without me.
Well, I don't want to think about that.
Yeah, well, you've got to. I'm asking you, I'm begging you to forget about me and everything I meant in your sweet life.
Well, I can't do that. Loving you is a gift, and I'm not going to send it back. And you can't ask me to do that either. I can't turn it on and off like a faucet.
Try.
Oh, no, I won't. You know, you sound just like that lawyer of yours. He told me to forget you. Well, I'll tell you just what I told him. I'm never going to forget you. Never going to stop loving you. Not until I'm dead, and Maybe not even then.
You say that now, but someday you will forget me. And when I'm in that nice silent place, I'll thank God.
I'm dying.
Yeah.
Did Miles confirm it?
He didn't confirm anything.
Yeah, but he didn't deny it, did he?
Oh, honey, I deny it. I deny it. And drinking myself into a stupor just made it more unreal. You tell me it's not real. You tell me it's not real.
It is true. It is. Are you ever going to be able to forgive me for not telling you? I'm sorry. It was an awful, terrible thing to do, and I'm very sorry.
Why does it have to happen?
Look, I was just thinking about myself. I was selfish. That's all. I wanted to hang on to you. I wanted to hang on to the happiness as long as I could.
This doesn't have to change everything.
Come on, dear.
Look, it doesn't change the way I feel. I wanted to marry you before. I still want to marry you. Look, I love you. And no blood test and no medical report's gonna change anything.
You're wrong, Joe. Just remember what I'm saying. I won't be sad. Whatever happens to you or me, I refuse to grieve. Because I've had you in my life and I've loved you. Nobody can take that away from me, ever. Not even you.
I'll never feed you ordinary dry dog food again. I promised. See? I got your tender chunks. It's more like meat.
Ordinary dry can't cut it like camel ration tender chunks can.
Cuts like meat, chews like meat.
And I got a great big bag at home, too.
Ordinary dry can't cut it like camel ration tender chunks can.
Was Dick secretly dating Liz last summer? And is Robert Wagner quietly dating one of Natalie's best friends? Inquiring minds want to know.
I want to know.
This week's National Enquirer tells you. Why did this pilot say his UFO close encounter was beautiful? Can eating dessert first help you lose weight? It's in the Enquirer. Why do experts predict curtains for the Hollywood sex symbol? Find out in the Enquirer. Over 100 features for people with inquiring minds.
Like me.
Oh, Mike. If this window were not so high up, I'd jump out.
Oh, come on, Cliff.
Think of it being fired as the attorney for Phillips Industries.
Did Kershaw give you any reason?
No. He was very vague about it. He said, we're very satisfied with your work, my boy, but you're fired.
That seems kind of strange, doesn't it?
Certainly does. The one big account, the only big account that I had, gone, vanished.
Well, doesn't Dee Dee have something on the books right
Oh,
now?
yeah, some small criminal stuff, but nothing we can pay bills with.
Cliff, you don't suppose that you might have neglected Philip's account because of your theatrical interest in it? Without meaning to, of course, or even being aware of it?
No. I was always very careful to know which side my bread was buttered. I was very aware to keep these people happy. Kershaw even said they had no complaints against me.
That doesn't make sense, then.
Certainly doesn't. Apparently one of the directors of the parent company had an axe to grind in SGW Corporation. Anyway, when the axe was sharpened, my head was cut off. Mike, I don't know what I want to do. I don't think I have enough money to pay my half of next month's rent.
I'm curious about the parent corporation, SGW. Do you know anything about them?
No, I don't. I was hoping you did.
Well, the name sounds familiar, but I don't know why.
What are you looking for?
I know it sounds crazy, but I'm pretty sure I remember seeing those initials within the past 48 hours.
You did?
I was right.
What do you got there?
The case file on Schuyler Whitney. SGW are his initials.
How about that? Some coincidence, huh?
No, Cliff, I don't think it is a coincidence. Sky Whitney is the SGW Corporation.
Great. That ends that. Sky Whitney's dead.
Which means that his widow exerts influence over the corporation now.
Raven? Oh, I don't believe that. Oh, wait a minute. I do believe that. I wouldn't put anything past her. She did this to me because I wouldn't forge that will. Raven Whitney had me fired. Oh, Mike, if she weren't a woman, I'd punch her in the nose. Hey, wait, what does that matter, right? Because women are always crying for equal rights. Well, they should have equal punches in the nose when it's necessary. I never bought any of that stuff about not hitting women.
You might see Loretta Lynn singing here at the fair, or you may find me out hunting up some good Crisco cookies. You know, I thought I knew just about everything you could make with Crisco until these ladies showed me their Crisco cooking. It was amazing. I just couldn't believe how many different things you could make with all vegetable Crisco. Oh, boy.
They're pecan honeymoon squares.
They're real chewy.
And say that again.
They're real chewy.
Chicken pot pie. Now that's a flaky crust. Oh, it smells great.
And golden brown apricot fritters.
Hey, I sure would like to share some of these recipes with other folks.
Wish you would.
Thanks, Lou. You want to try some great down-home Crisco cooking? Okay. Send your name and address to Loretta Lynn Crisco Recipes. That's Box 1444, Nashville, Tennessee. And I'll mail you these recipes. You'll be amazed at all the great tasting new things that you and Crisco can make.
Howdy! What have we here?
A mismatch, Minnie. This new tile's the color my floor's supposed to be, but just look at the difference.
That's 'cause you've got ground-in dirt stuck in these little crevices. You need spick and span. It cleans into crevices and lifts out ground-in dirt that dulls your floor's color.
But is it safe?
For no wax, of course.
I'm a believer, Minnie.
Don't believe me, believe the results you see.
Spick and span helps your floor show its true colors.
Well, what'd you think?
It plays very well. Better with your revisions.
Yes, I thought so too. I think so also.
Nancy, hi. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Oh my gosh. Doctor. How are the maskers doing?
Couldn't be better.
Good, good. I just wanted to let you know that the television feature is almost completed. I just want to edit the tape a little bit, but it should be ready to air sometime next week.
We all want you to know how much we appreciate your help, Mrs. Carr. We've had such great support from people like Sid Brennan and you and Raven Whitney. We can't help but succeed.
We are concerned, however, about how Raven feels about me being a member of the company. I mean, as you know, I am not one of her favorite people.
Well, look, Nancy, I have a question. Does Raven even know that Gavin is directing this company?
No. No, I don't think so. Certainly not for me, because when I talked to her about the theater, I saw no point in waving a red flag in front of her.
We were thinking of going to see her.
I don't think you should. I think Raven has enough on her mind right now.
Clifford Nelson, I want to see Mrs. Whitney.
I'm sorry, Mr. Nelson. Mrs. Whitney is shopping.
Shopping, huh? Where?
I'm not sure that that's any of your business, sir. Besides, I'm not sure she would see you in any case, especially in your condition.
Oh, my condition? What condition's that?
I'd say you were angry, sir.
Damn right I'm angry. Tell her I want to see her.
May I suggest you call before your next visit?
That'd be stupid. She wouldn't take the call. You tell her I want to discuss a little bit of estate law with her. She hasn't heard the last of this.
Spencer, I just saw someone behind the house peering in a window. Someone dressed in black. I think it's that woman that's been calling.
Well, I want the yellow sheet on Robinson right away, for crying out loud.
Derek, you told me I'd find you in here.
Oh, what do you want, Miles?
Listen, I've set that post for this afternoon. My schedule opened up.
Good, thanks. Oh, sure. Miles, wait, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so abrupt. I'm juggling a half dozen things here.
That's all right.
Can I speak to you for a second?
Sure.
I'd like to go to James.
Padley, TCR. Whitney House, 400 Sheridan Road.
I'd heard that.
All right,
Sam, what
okay,
do you got
Whitney,
there?
take it easy.
Sam.
Prowler report.
Let me take that. Excuse me, Miles. This Police Chief Derek Mallory, what's happening out there?
We need the police. There's someone outside watching this house.
My husband has a bad cold, but now he's sleeping like a baby. I didn't give him NyQuil. I gave him something new from Comtrex.
Introducing Comtrex Nighttime, the new maximum strength nighttime cold reliever. Try it at night instead of NyQuil. Because Comtrex Nighttime has more strong medicine for aches, pains, and fever, plus maximum strength relief for nasal congestion, runny nose, and coughs.
All this to let you get a good night's sleep.
New Comtrex Nighttime for maximum strength relief.
Can't help but smile. Each passing mile brings my heart home to you.
Color and condition that should have been yours can be. Make it happen. Nice and easy. It sells the most. It conditions the most.
Just a minute.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey.
You possess a powerful force. No, it possesses me.
What's happening to your face?
David Banner is caught in a trap tonight at 6.
Now, calm down, ma'am. There's a patrol car already on its way. Is Mrs. Whitney there?
No, she isn't. And Mrs. Saxon isn't either.
Well, listen, try not to worry too much. Considering all the publicity Mrs. Whitney's been having lately, I wouldn't be surprised if it's just a curiosity seeker hanging around the place. I'm sure that's all it is.
I hope you're right. All right, thank you again.
All right, what do you want? What are you doing out here? Be you.
America, Hunt's tomato sauce was good, but it just got better. It's a little bit thicker, it's a little bit redder, it's a little bit richer, tastes a whole lot better. Yeah, Hunt's was good.
But new Hunt's is better. It's a little bit thicker.
It's a little bit redder.
It's a little bit richer.
Tastes a whole lot better.
My sauce was good.
New Hunt's made it better.
It's a little bit thicker. It's a little bit redder. It's a little bit richer.
Tastes a whole lot better. Hunt's tomato sauce was good, but it just got better.
Nacho cheese-flavored Doritos brand tortilla chips are so cheesy and crunchy. America's favorite snack chip.
Hey, Connie, we're out of nacho cheese Doritos. You got a couple bags?
No, but we've got lots of other chips.
No more? They're out? I hate to eat and run, Connie, but I'm...
In fact, people love that cheesy flavor so much that no matter what else you run out of, if you want to keep cheese lovers happy, never run out of nacho cheese Doritos.
WKBS WPEN Film Festival continues tonight at 8 when Joe Niagara will be your host for the Academy Award-winning motion picture Stalag 17 starring William Holden. Now stay tuned for The Love Boat.
This is Field Communications in Philadelphia.
Do you appreciate fine diamond jewelry?
As part of a national marketing test being conducted by Diamond Commodities Unlimited, we will send every person who responds to this commercial a genuine diamond ring for $19.95. A genuine 1.17 facet fiery diamond centered in a dainty 14-karat gold electroplated heart, perfect as a gift or for yourself. Limit 1 ring per order. Once testing stops in this area, no further orders will be accepted and this offer will be withdrawn, so act quickly. Your genuine diamond ring will be shipped direct from our corporate vault with a certificate of authenticity. If you're not 100% satisfied, return it within 10 days, and we will refund the purchase price, no questions asked. When ordering your genuine diamond ring, please give your ring size. Orders are shipped COD or charge it to your Visa or MasterCard. Call toll-free 1-800-323-1717. That's 1-800-323...